One of my personal favorite tricep variations is an overhead extension. That's just something that I always feel like gets a really good stretch and a lot of tension on that tricep. Just allows a lot of stimulation for future growth. One way that I do this sometimes is with a kneeling low cable overhead extension. So I like the kneeling position because it gets your center of gravity lower to the ground, and it just feels like a good stable position. You get a little bit of glute activation to kind of keep yourself upright. It's just something that I found is kind of a preferable movement for me. So now the setup for this is a little bit complicated. If you have a spotter available, I definitely recommend it here to kind of get the cables and hand them off to you. If you're on your own like I am, and what we're going to do is grab the handles, just one in each hand, obviously, kind of bring them up to your shoulder, and then we're going to spin around and kind of get ourselves set in place here. So you can see I'm kneeling, my toes are tucked under my feet here, just kind of push off my toes a little bit, create some stability. I'm not arching my back a bunch. I'm keeping the ribs tucked in, the abs nice and tight. And then from here, guys, all we're doing is extending those cables up overhead. As always, I'm shortened by the range of motion of this machine, but you would normally extend the full way up. Just ignore that bottoming out on my end, which I guess is another reason I have to do this kneeling. If I was going to try to do this standing, it wouldn't work at all. But it's simple as this, guys. Now you can see I'm kind of wobbling all over the place, right? So making sure you get a good firm position, everything's tight to maintain the rigidity of that position right there. And just like that, extending up, getting a squeeze, control it back down. And when we're done, kind of the same thing. I'll bring them down to one shoulder, bring that foot up, and just lower that weight down slowly. That is a kneeling low cable overhead tricep extension.